before I talk about the stocks, just want to give you an update on the market. The FTSE ASEAN 40 index pretty much pullback was decent. If managed to find the support near the 23.6% Fibonacci retracement level. So hopefully this will be the base for the market in the near term. I think we're going to talk about 12 stocks. The first stock is actually Hibiscus. I think if you look at the stock, the share price actually broke out of the resistance trend line on high volume last Friday. I think if you look at the breakout here, it also took out the 30-day SMA along the way, and it is now charging towards the 50-day SMA. I think judging from this price pattern, there's a good chance that the correction from this high, the April high, is now over. Okay, so I think we need another white candle to actually lift the share price above the 50-day SMA and to validate the breakout run. Second stock is actually Iris. This is actually more like a technical sell call. I think today, if you look at our stock ideas from the technical perspective, it is a pair trade, a one buy, one sell. Yeah, I think if you look at Iris, share price has actually violated the support channel. So what it essentially what it means that is that the correction from the July high may not be over yet. Why? Because if you look at the candles, it also bridged the 50-day SMA. Okay, and I think this could be a precursor of more downside ahead. So watch out on the downside. Third stock is actually Indonesia counter. I think if you look at the chart here, there was a gap down move over here. This is actually in April. After that, it went into a consolidation mode. And when you look at the zigzag pattern here, it kind of formed an inverted head and shoulder pattern. And I think if you look at share price, Banjago basically broke past the neckline resistance last week. And hence, I think there could be more upside ahead. Because if you look at the share price, it has actually swung past all the key moving averages. Trading, however, could be choppy because I think the stock may want to build a base above the 200-day SMA in the near term. The fourth stop is a Pabrik Kertas. This is a technical sell call. I think if you look at the price chart here, basically we have actually drew the double top pattern. So I think this is actually a bearish reversal signal. Moreover, when you look at the black line here, the share price has actually fallen below the neckline support. Hence, I think that it could be more downside hit. Obviously, I think right now share price is trying to find some support near the 200-day SMA. So I think a confirmation would be, I think if the candles fall below the 200-day SMA, I think once that happens, expect more downside ahead. Fifth stock is actually a Philippine counter, Itapinas. I think if you look at the price chart here, cup and handle pattern, and I think on Friday itself actually broke through the resistance trend line. And hence, I think a new uplift is probably underway. I think if you look at the structure has been doing quite well since February. I think we see a series of higher low structure taking place. Okay, trading could be choppy because it may try to build a base above the resistance support trend line. Sixth stock, Figaro. This is also a Philippine counters, but it's a sell call, technical sell call. What we see here is the correction may not be over yet. In fact, if you look at the share price correction from the June high of 82 cents, it actually violated the support trend line. I think if you look at the moving averages, the 30-day SMA has also cut below the 50-day SMAs. And I think on Friday itself, it further violated the 200-day SMA. So I think there could be more downside for Figaro Coffee. Seventh stock is actually Singapore counters, iFast Corp. I think if you look at the share price movement consolidating within the triangle pattern, still within the triangle pattern in fact, but we think the stock is actually ripe for a stronger rebound. Last Friday, there was a gap up and it lifted the candles above the 30-day SMA. I think today, most likely, it will re-challenge the resistance trend line. Obviously, a confirmation will be a breakout above this resistance trend line, which is the black line here, and that would actually push the stock above 8 ringgit and probably towards the December 23 high of 851. 8 stock is actually SIA Engineering. This is a technical sell call. Okay, if you look at the correction from the July high of about $245, basically may not be over yet. Yes, share price gap down last week. The candles also violated all the key moving averages. In fact, Friday itself, it made another black candle, kind of validating the downtrend. Okay, so the outlook, the near-term outlook has turned bearish. A key point, however, to take note is that the candles must not swing back above 200-day to confirm that it is on the downtrend. Okay, so eventually, if we were to bounce back above 200-day SMA today, then I think you may want to stay on the sideline for now and look for confirmation next. 9th stock is actually a Thailand counter. This is a technical buy call, Terra Monco Industry. I think if you look at the correction from the June high of 156 was quite sharp. The good news is I think it kind of found the support near the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement level. Yes, I think if you look at the price chart here, at one point it actually violated that 61.8% Fibo level, but it never breached the 200-day SMA. Last Friday, there was a strong comeback. It is now, I think, hovering near the 50-day SMA. I think we need another white candle to convincingly bring the candle above the 50-day, and with that, then I think you probably can take some position to ride on the next up leg towards the 30-day SMA and beyond. 10th stock is actually Thailand counter Star Petroleum Refining. This is a technical sell call. Also, I think if you look at the share price, it is actually still it was consolidated in the triangle pattern before Friday's breakdown. Okay, if you look at the share price performance on Friday, it violated the key support channel. So I think the downtrend from the February high will resume. Okay, I think if you look at the share price, if you look for confirmation level, it will be the low of November 23, which is actually 720. Once that level is taken out, I think you can kind of validate the down leg. A point to note, last week correction also bring the candles below all the key moving averages. 11th stock is actually from Vietnam Investment and Industrial Development. I think if you look at the share price movement, it actually swung past the previous high, which happened to be our resistance trend line as well. So I think a renewed uptrend is now underway. I think if you look at Friday, the volume was also on the rising trend. I think that actually reinforcing the bullish momentum. And the last stock is actually Vietnam counters, Nam Kim Steel. This is a technical sell call. I think if you look at the share price, violated the support trend line. Yes, intermittent rebound could take place towards the 200-day SMA. But I think if you look at the volume, it was not there. Hence, I think the probability of a strong comeback is low at this juncture. So I think the 200-day SMA will be a near-term cap for share price. What